What's going on, guys? Welcome back to No Impulse Control. I'm Justin.
I'm Jasmine.
Why you sound like that?
Sound like what?
Like it sounded like you had like a frog in your throat or something.
Would you prefer that I go customer service?
Do it.
Hi guys, I'm Jasmine. Bang. So anyway, how are you guys
Not
doing?
even a minute in,
Yeah,
you
well,
already did it.
I need you to be aware that those types of jokes are what get us views, buddy pal. Also canceled, buddy pal.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
anyway, how are you today?
I am okay. We're recording this on the day before I head north, so I'm a little bit like I've been packing and stuff like that, so I'm a little
Mm-hmm.
tired of that, but
You
not bad.
excited to go north?
I am. I mean, we haven't been north since Christmas, I believe. So it's been a little while. But by the time
It's
this is
time to get
posted,
excited.
I'll have already driven home from this north trip. So it's a little quick
Mhm.
one, but it'll be good to see everybody again and
Mhm.
just kind of visit some more. But yeah,
Yeah,
life gets in the way and stops you from being able to do that stuff. So
to do anything fun?
anything fun, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of anything fun, I brought my cat to the vet today.
Ah,
Tigger.
yes,
I think I've told the story about him having herpes eye.
herpes.
Yes. He's not a
Yes,
herpes
herpes
kitty.
cat.
He is not a herpes kitty. But he is a cat that does have a
Anymore.
black eye. Like a black dot
Yeah,
on it on the
from
outside of
your
his eye.
abuse.
Not from my abuse. Oh my word. But we brought him in, and he is like, excuse my pun, he's the cat's meow while we're there, because he literally
Look at
is.
him.
He's smush faced. He's smush faced, so it makes sense.
Mhm.
But they love him. Like they freaking gush all over, like oh, he's the most cutest boy. He did nothing wrong. Like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you guys don't know what he's like at home. He's a goblin at home.
You leave my nephew alone.
It's true though. He is a goblin. I can't leave him in my room alone because he'll start getting into things and stealing
He
stuff.
starts. So truthfully, it's been over a year more. But the last time I stayed there, I don't remember what I had. It wasn't like a stuffy. It was something like an eyeglasses cleaner or something like that.
Hmm.
Anyway, whatever I had, this little goblin in the middle of the night hopped up on the bed because I leave the door open because I like to snuggle with the cats when I was staying there, and he hopped up and stole it.
Hmm.
And I woke up because there was a cat next to my face, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, the little baby!" And he's got whatever it was that I brought hanging from his mouth as he's like,
Yeah, he
and
he
then
does the like
down the stairs. I was like, "Wait, hold on, I'm not awake enough to deal with this. What just happened?"
he does the like Pink Panther freeze
Yes,
and hope that you don't see him. Um, he
maybe if I
also
don't move, they won't see me. Joke's on you,
exactly.
Tigger.
You
We've
are
seen you.
orange. You are an orange cat. We see you. um,
Yeah.
no, he's a funny one. But anyways, where I was going with this was something that really grinds my freaking gears. When we are on the highway, what is the left lane called?
The fast zone,
Yeah, the fast lane, the pass
the
lane,
go-go lane.
the zoom zoom, yeah, all that stuff.
Mhm.
What do you think that people were doing in the left lane on the highway today?
Of course, of course. Going 30 under.
Legitimately, they were going 10 under at one point. And I'm sitting there driving and I'm like, I am going to crash vehicles. I have a truck. I could go off-roading. Obviously, I would crash vehicles. I want that to be clear. But it's what was running through my head.
What highway were you on today?
95
Where were you going?
from Portland home and from home to Portland.
Home, home, yes.
Home to Portland. Yes.
What time were you on I-95 around Portland?
Oh, it was rush hour. It was like 5:18 when we were coming home.
No, no, when you were going there.
When we were going there,
Mhm.
we left here at 2:50, so it was probably
Okay, never
around
mind.
like 3:30, 3:40.
Well, I was just gonna say, if it was because I thought we would have been passing each other because I had to go through there to get to Connor,
Mm.
from Falmouth. But um, all of the cars today seemed to be going as slow as possible. No matter where I was behind. Also, I have a fun story for you, but this can wait until your story is over. Everyone seemed to be going leisurely speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm never out at 10:30 a.m. on a Wednesday because I'm at school. I'm all set. I'm all good. I don't want to go anywhere at 10:30 a.m. on a
You would
Wednesday
think that'd be
anymore.
the most open time of the highway.
Why are you all out?
Go to
Where
work. Go home. Go
do
sleep.
none of you work anymore? Like,
We sound like old people.
but like, why are there so many of you out? Where could we all possibly be going?
To be fair, it is break week in Maine, so
Yeah, but there are lots of people without children that work.
true.
Why
True.
are they out and about?
They don't have to work today. I'm not sure. I wish I knew. But yeah, so that really grinds my gears when you're driving slower than the fast lane requires you to drive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then
Yep.
this actually I literally said something because so we had three cars in front of us. First car super slow. Second car wanted to go faster but couldn't because of the first car. Third car pulled out in front of me going slow. Took the space. Said, all right, whatever. So I backed off a little bit. By a little bit, I mean I tried to back off and they slowed down more, and then I sped up, and then it was a whole thing. But at one point, we passed two trucks, two semis, and then there was plenty of space. So the first car pulls over. Second car even pulls over. And so now it's just this one car who pulled out in front of me and me. And this car lined itself up with the first car and matched their speed. And I was like, get out of the way. So finally, those two cars go away. There's another gap in the space, and I'm like there's plenty of space for this person to pull off to the into the right lane. They get past the truck, they're driving, they're like almost there, and I'm like, all right, cool, they're gonna pass. So I start picking up my pace because I'm a speed demon and I don't slow down often.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
they put their blinker on, swerve into the middle of both lanes, and then decide, just kidding, and pull back into my lane. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna push you. I'm just gonna have to push you out of my way. Like, I'm gonna lose my crap. Like, I literally,
Goodbye.
goodbye, see you later. I said out loud, I was like, I hate you right now.
Dude, I freaking love those moments where I can be like, I hate you, stranger.
So then what I did was I put my blinker on, pulled out in front of that semi who we just passed the person, pulled back in front of them, just to have to get
My
back in
petty
the right
asshole
lane a
slowed
couple
down.
miles down the road to get off the
Oh,
highway.
that doesn't matter.
But
That
it
doesn't
was
matter.
out of principle that I had to pass them.
Yep. Well, Justin, today in Falmouth, there was a man in front of me at the to-go line with a ferret on his shoulder.
What an odd thing to have on your shoulder.
Now, I thought it was a fur coat. I was talking to Rachel at this moment in time, and I was like, oh my God, this pretentious asshole. He's like, truthfully, I was at Starbucks, and I understand that it's horrible. You can all bash me in the comments.
Pretentious.
Yeah. So he's leaned out the window. He's got him and like three dogs in the back, and then a partner, right? Like there's a whole lot going on.
It's a
Oh,
scene.
just wait. He's ordering so slow. He was there when I pulled into the like first part where I can see the back of the driveway, right?
Yeah.
And then I go all the way back and I figure he will have gotten it through. So I say, hi, I'm Jasmine, picking up a to-go order. Stand it ready. Pull on down. So I pull on down and I'm talking to Rachel and I was like, oh my God, this pretentious asshole. He's got a fur coat on in April and it's like fuzzy fur coat and it's like really oddly shaped. Oh, that's weird. And so he's like leaning out, and every time, I need you to be aware, every time you reach out the window, it was like this to grab his drink. The hand, like, it was a full motion, okay? So he grabs his drink.
A little bit of a
Yes.
kind of throw it
A
away.
1, 2, and 4, and yes.
1, 2,
Um,
3, and 4. Yes. And
no, we agreed that's actually not what it was.
1, 2, 3, and 4. And
Yes. So he got his drink, he got his partner's drink, he got the pup cup. They were trying to say hi to the puppies, and the girl was like, oh my God, your dogs are so cute. Can I see them? And he goes, no, and drove off, which is crazy. You can't ask for a pup cup and not let them see the pups. By the by.
That is
Anyway,
crazy.
his by the way, his license plate, I don't even care. I'm doxing this man. Was Windwalker.
What does that
He
even
was
mean?
driving a I don't know, but he was driving a Subaru Crosstrek. It was bright white. If you see him around Falmouth, Maine, feel free to hit him.
We can't threaten other people's lives, Jasmine.
I'm not. I'm saying feel free to do it. You don't have to do it. I'm just saying you can if you want to. I can't judge nor jury. So anyway,
Judge nor jury.
he starts to pull ahead. I get my drink. It's relatively fast. It's here's your drink. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
In
And
your
he is
voice, yeah.
yeah, about like that. And he is not pulled away from the thing. Which, by the way, if you're in a drive-through and you have pulled through and you've got all your things, leave the
Get out of the
goddamn
way.
line. Why are you still in my way? So then he turns a little bit to like turn, and I went, "It's a ferret," and its little head moved, and I was like,
Homie just had a ferret on his shoulder.
"Uh." So this man's fur coat that was not a fur coat was a ferret. He's super rude to the baristas, and he wouldn't get out of my way. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that information.
Yeah, no, that's another thing that grinds my gears is freaking drive-through people. Like I know drive-throughs are tough. I like, they can be kind of difficult if you're not used to going through them.
All of things that are tough, it is minimal on the list, I
Well,
fear.
yes, but like
They're pretty self-explanatory.
they are, but for some people it's tough. Us two very good drivers and all, we have no problem with it.
They're self-explanatory.
Neither of us definitely didn't have an accident. We wouldn't have that.
When did either of us have an accident in the last 30 days?
In the
That's
last
right.
30 days.
I have actually only had one real accident.
I mean, technically me too.
So we're fine, and we're both youths.
Mine almost had me killed, but I say
Well,
that I didn't I walked away from it no problem. Had a couple cuts,
you
but
should
like
not have.
I shouldn't have the way that my truck was
No.
sitting.
Yeah, you should have been broken.
Yeah.
Mine, I just could have gotten frostbite, but
Well, you
so
also
it
had
be.
that little bump while you were door dashing at one point.
That's not an accident.
That's an
I got
accident.
rear-ended.
It goes on their insurance if they were the one at fault. It's an accident, nonetheless.
I know, but it didn't cause damage, so I don't really count it.
Technically, in that case, though, my at the four-way, I would have also had that
Mm-hmm.
by Darcy's parents.
Yeah, no. While I was door dashing, I got bumped in the ass. Well, my car did.
I was gonna say, really? You
I
want to
was
say
like,
that?
I was like sitting at my little light waiting to DoorDash, and this lady who was not paying attention just sort of like poof, hit me, and I was like,
Whoa.
so we pulled over, and she was like, I don't have insurance, and I was like, sucks.
Sucks, because mine's gonna be coming for you.
And I said, awesome. So like, I'm not gonna call the police because there's no damage to my car. I can't really tell if there's damage to your car because of the way it looks, but oh my god, I've been fine all day. You know what it is? I had steak Alfredo and I watched a show, and now I'm ready for bedtime.
That's the cue, yeah. We have that too, where we eat our dinner and then watch an episode, and that's my cue to be like, all right, wind down, go to sleep.
Mhm.
It's getting real dark there, big guy.
Yeah. I know we haven't done that in a while, and so it was kind of nice to just like I was like, oh, it's so sleepy. We watch our little anime, and I have my steak Alfredo, and I also fell asleep at the hairdresser today. So
Did you sleep at all last night?
yeah, not well. I will say I had a dream about us. By the way, us and like four other people. We were in like a little party.
That's
We were
scary.
vibing around. We were vibing around, and it was almost like horror-esque, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was very weird. But I knew that you were there, and I knew that I was there, and I knew the rest of the people, but I couldn't tell you who they are. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where you know them, but you're like, from what though?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's what you get for this episode is us yawning back and forth, apparently.
Yes, count the odds, and if you get an accurate number, we'll give a giveaway. Um,
Unless you want to count from what we've done so far, I don't really want to count.
no. Um,
Speaking of that, maybe we should set up a giveaway and our merch and set up our merch that
that's
we
fine,
want to.
guys. My dreams meant nothing to him. My story about falling asleep at the hairdresser, nothing to him.
You told me a story about falling asleep at the hairdresser.
No, I started to. And you interrupted me by asking how I slept. Yeah, so I had a double booked hair appointment today, which, by the
A
way,
double
it looks
booked.
great. Thanks. So I had a hair appointment and also a nail appointment booked on the
Oh,
same day, except that my hairdresser was running real behind, and no fault of her own. It was just busy day and whatever. But I got some layers put in and then we dyed it and had to sit for 30 minutes, blah 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 blah.
yeah.
So anyway, I was fine until she put me in the back room to get shampooed, and they put like the toner in and scrub it, whatever.
Hmm.
And I'm laying in the bowl, and it's so nice and warm because of the hot water around my neck, right? But then she dims the lights, so it's not the
Oh,
bright light in my face. So I'm just listening to like, honestly, I would love to set up like a recording device, not because I care about any of the conversation, but just to hear like the clink of the bowls and the cut of this, like just the ambiance of being in that room. I was like,
I
I
bet they
passed
have
out.
ASMR of that.
They do. They do. It's coffee shop right now, but there's a channel on YouTube where it's like cafe vlog.
Hmm.
Um, she sets her like a little tripody phone up, and it's just a day, like 8 hour shift of her doing cafe, like her working at a coffee shop. So you can hear like the mutterings of customers and stuff. It's really cool.
Hmm.
I watch it to fall asleep sometimes, or like if I need my kids to just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, I'm gonna stop saying sorry because it's gonna happen every
I
episode.
appreciate you stop saying sorry. Unless it's like something like egregious and like at that point we should probably just cut it out. But like realistically, Nana knows we're adults.
Hold on one sec, Justin.
Merch
Merch. Plug the
plug.
merch.
Go get your merch. Jasmine and I are working on uh, concept ideas for the D&D over the horizon merch, that kind of stuff. So go get your merch. Go support us. If you want to wait until we send that out, then do. But we will be having that come out here soon. Also, make sure that if you are not following us on TikTok and Instagram, to go do that. It's just No Impulse Control, and it's got our logo. You find us, you follow us, and we will be posting about different things. We post just funny videos, hopefully funny videos. I don't know. But we also post videos, or we also are planning on doing a giveaway this year or two, because my mother made us these lovely bracelets that we haven't decided what exactly we're gonna do giveaway wise, but we do want to have them involved in that. So we're real excited about that, and to get that all started. But also go get merch, just regular merch to support No Impulse Control at thesoccerking1239.com. Go to the merch tab down to fourth wall and get your merch that way. You can also find my merch there, TSK merch. But
I'm actually
the
wearing merch tonight.
are you
Yeah.
the roll? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one I
It's
feel like we're probably gonna bring back.
we've got it. It is the comfiest sweatshirt I've literally ever owned.
Yeah, I
I
think
love
I
it.
think we'll end up bringing that one back. We really should talk about that, but
Yeah.
life and all that.
hmm hmm So
Um, yeah.
yeah. So I was at the salon
Hmm.
bringing this back. We're finishing this story, and so because of me being double booked and everything, um, my nail appointment started while I was still. I texted Courtney and I was like, I know we start in 5 minutes. I fear I'm still in toner.
Hmm.
I have 20 minutes left on toner. And so she came over and we picked out my like my template, whatever. And so I'm not gonna show her face on here, but um at one
Luckily, it's
point
the
I have
same building, right?
oh yeah, yeah,
That's
same
good.
yeah. So Carly is doing my hair. She's like scrubbing whatever, and Courtney is grinding off my old nails in the like the shampoo bowl seat.
Uh huh.
She's like essentially sitting on my lap. And so I'm like, oh, this is
You're
great.
getting the full treatment.
Full treatment. And she goes, when I go to pay, she goes, so there'll be an extra 70 for princess treatment. I was like, charge whatever. This is fine. I was like, I don't care. I do care for the record, but no, that was great. And we talked about doing it like at my 6 week hair appointment of just like double booking
Mm,
and just doing it boom because they come and hang out during each appointment anyway. So it wouldn't be like, ah, mother trucker. So it wouldn't be like hold on, out of the ordinary.
right.
I'm not gonna have cute hair tonight, and that's okay with me. I just have to accept that. At one point while Carly was brushing my hair, she accidentally stabbed straight into the earring. I saw God for a moment, I will say. He's very nice.
He's very nice.
Bright light in my eye.
Yeah.
And it's been swollen since. It's
Yeah.
not her fault. She's a hairdresser. She's gonna touch my ear, but anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time. I wish I could still do. I honestly like. I actually liked haircuts, which is a weird
Mhm.
concept, but I
I
liked
freaking
getting my
love
hair
haircuts.
cut. I think it was because it was somebody playing with my hair type of thing, messing around with it. It's just kind of
Mhm.
like something I enjoyed. Um, but
You can go to a head spa and get like just your scalp scrubbed.
yeah, but that's weird. That feels
Oh, see,
odd.
I want to do that.
But you're not bald though.
You're not right now.
No, I'm shaving it after we record though.
Well, never mind then. Speaking of which, Connor's talking about shaving his head. Just going beard.
I want to see
I don't
him.
know.
I want to see it.
I don't.
I feel like it. You have to have a certain face for it.
Like, this is gonna sound weird. You have like a good head shape. Turn your head to the side. Turn your head to the side. Profile, Justin. Keep going. Like, do you guys see how his head like goes back?
That's crazy.
It's not really flat. Like it's he's got a good head shape for baldness. Some people don't.
I also think you have to have a good like frame too.
Yeah. 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 You also have to keep up with it. Like if you're going to shave it,
You do it once, see how it goes. You know.
maybe during winter when we don't see people.
I kind of want to see him do it. It's better in summer because then, well, actually, if he's willing to wear a hat, it's better in summer. Then I would say wait till winter.
My other thing is like he's got like a bald spot starting in the back, but he's not like losing a ton of hair. Like it's not growing in patchy or whatever.
Mm.
But every time we cut it, it grows in super thick and curly. And so I'm like, if we just shave it all off, well, okay, except for this one spot. You know the town friar that has like the completely bald head but has the ring
Yeah,
of hair? Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's important that I tell
I
you.
feel like we all know what you're talking about. It was a
No, I
meme
don't think we
recently
do.
that kind of flew through.
It's important to me that I show you.
This feels
This
like
this
an
vibe.
odd thing to. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
That's
vibe. It's kind
yeah.
of what's happening currently. It's not this bad, but well, that's the wrong one. But I worry that it's going to start doing this. So anyway,
I don't think it will. I'll be honest. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess.
he's also got a bunch of head scars. So I think it's going to be. You guys couldn't hear him, could you?
No.
That was funny. I said he's got a bunch of head scars, and in the background, all I heard was "go." It was adorable. So anyway, I don't think I would like my head shaved.
It honestly isn't that bad.
No, for me, I don't think I would like
Well,
it.
yeah, I mean, you like having hair. Like that makes sense, but like in a general sense, it really isn't that bad because you don't have much maintenance. It's just,
Mhm.
you know, body or shampoo and
Yeah.
gone. What I wouldn't like is if I couldn't grow a beard.
Mm.
That
Do you
would
know how
make me
scary
mad.
you would look without a beard?
How scary?
You bald headed, no beard? That
I
would be
would
a weird look, Justin.
I'd look like a thumb.
Yes, at that moment you would. Never, ever, any other point in time. I recognize that I am oddly egg shaped.
I
I'm
am
aware
oddly
of the
egg
egg
shaped.
shapery. Look at me. This is oddly. I to a point. This is an upside down egg. I'm a deviled egg waiting to happen.
I'm a deviled egg waiting to happen. It's a crazy statement.
What does that mean?
Oh man.
What
I
does that
uh
mean?
I don't I you said it, I don't know.
Oh god.
I think he should go for it. I'd appreciate him for doing it. I will say the worst thing about being bald is being a teacher and being bald, because the kids are
They
ruthless.
roast you.
They're bad. That's like a daily occurrence of at least one kid has to make a bald joke. Another kid
Wow.
then will add an old joke, being that I'm
Hmm.
the youngest teacher in the building.
Yes. Do
Another,
you ever get
oh, all the time.
I got umped the other day.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it's not a nice feeling. It's meant for like it was originally like a respectful, you're my uncle or you're my like older, person in my life, that kind of thing. And then it turned into not
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, the youth got a hold of it.
Yeah, pretty much. As they do.
Damn those youth.
Um
Yeah.
Next week, or well, next Wednesday, I should say, Jasmine, your
Yeah.
second episode posts. Do you have anything you want to share
Yes, it does.
to the group this coming Wednesday?
Yes, I do. So you're gonna see it before. So we have a new member that has joined. Actually, we have two new members. I'm not telling you any details about that. Enjoy that. However, I wanted to specify, I guess, or just to kind of go over because there were from a few people that watch it from my end had some comments or questions about like the magic system in our world.
Mm,
So I just wanted to clarify, that's the word I'm going for, that although it is modern, it's only modern in terms of like
cultural.
timelines.
Yeah,
Like it's not medieval. It's completely not completely homebrewed because we're still using D&D rules, but it is homebrewed to an extent. Um, However, there is magic present in both the worlds. And Justin and I may or may not have forgotten to mention. I don't know if you mentioned it in yours, but
I'm gonna this
I
next
think we were just sort of
session.
like magic and then moved on.
Yeah,
Um, but I mentioned it to our players last night, and it was sort of like oh,
yeah.
that's right. So eventually you'll see some other NPCs utilizing magical things. Um, but it's not like a Harry Potter type magic, like where everybody is innately. Because even in D&D, not everybody has magic. Like there are
Right.
fighters and there are
Well, you
whatever.
used the right
Um,
example yesterday when you recorded of like
yeah.
it's sky high. That's like if you've
Hmm.
ever seen the movie Sky
Yeah.
High, there are some magic ones, there are some flyers, there's some strong people. Like
Hmm.
they're it's sky high is what we're kind of.
Yeah.
It's not exactly
Yeah.
because it's like the D&D rules, but like that's essentially what it is.
Although they use a lot of D&D-esque type things in that too,
They
but
do. They do. They don't roll to hit
everything
though.
eventually comes back to D&D.
Life equals D&D.
Listen, these days with my
I was
schedule,
gonna say
kind
for
of.
you, it's like a daily occurrence, literally.
Although lately everything's been getting canceled and I'm real sad about that. It's fine. It's whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, don't open your eye and roll them at us. That was
I
weird.
had a eyelash went into it, so I was trying to
No,
like
that's
open to
that's
get
what
it out.
what you did was this. You were like,
Look
and you
into
could
my
see just like
eyes.
I was like, "Hey, buddy, let's calm down now." But no, I'm very excited for session two. I think it went well.
Mhm.
You were there, Justin. Um, a little in and out from, but I think it went well.
I would say it did. I
Um,
mean, the big thing for me is that it's I compare myself when I'm not supposed to. So I compare you and I in our sessions, and I feel like your sessions just have more energy comparatively. And
mhm.
you obviously you've had a couple of more experiences as a DM, but like you kind of just it feels like you have it flowing a little better. Like you're not doing monologues like I am doing.
You monologue.
I don't
Yes,
want to monologue. It's just what I
I know.
do. It's my go-to.
Um, you and I are also both very different type. Like we're very different storytellers. Like in how we tell stories about like something happening. Like you want to tell a story and it's good, like it's a story, it's engaging, it's whatever, because your players weren't not engaged with it. It's not like
Hmm.
they were bored out of their minds. You could see and watch. They were paying attention, they were eating it up, they were doing the notes. You really had a good group for that kind of storytelling.
Hmm.
Comparing our two groups here, I love you all so dearly. I've got the squirrels, you've got scholars.
Yeah.
I love you all so much. Um, but like just
Look,
thinking,
I won't even tell
through.
you I love you. You know how I feel about you, and truth hurts sometimes.
I love you all so much, and but
And
no, I've got.
if
I
the
mean,
shoe
it's
fits.
just if the shoe fits, and oh boy, howdy does it. Um, but my group is they just need a little bit of different energy. Um, and there will definitely be times when it gets more serious that I'm gonna struggle because I'm going to need to like portray a villain or um I'm gonna need to do something a little more dark and serious that I know that I struggle with. That's even coming up in like our Saturday games. Like eventually, at some point, maybe in the distant future, maybe in the near future, who's to say? Um, Actually, not that near with the three of you, but
I'm gonna say, what,
at some
6 months
point,
from now when we move 2 feet from where we're currently standing?
you guys do so much in a session, but you do it all within the span of 5 foot radius.
I was to say,
And sometimes I'm like,
technically we're moving. We went through a lot of the mansion that we're in right now.
you destroyed my mansion. Yes,
We did
yes,
not
you
destroy the
obliterated
mansion.
things.
I destroyed a statue. There's a difference.
Also, the rug.
The rug attacked me. You can't fault
Also,
us
the
for that.
sword.
The sword
I think
attacked
I mentioned
me.
did any of you take that sword?
I don't remember.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Hmm.
Um, but then you had a mimic. But
Two.
um two mimics? No, you only had one in this manner.
I thought we had a second one at some point then. Oh, we
No,
did
we
in
were
the
making
casino.
I was gonna say you had a couple in the casino. Um you had one in the casino and you were like, all right, we fought that, we're good. And I was like, surprise, honey! It's a mimic part two electric boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Have you never heard that saying?
I've heard the saying. I don't know where it's from or anything like
Oh, okay.
that, but
I don't know where it's from either, but I just really like it. But no, it's gonna get to a point with like more seriousness that I'm really gonna struggle with, that I think you will do a much better job of than I will ever be able to. Because I'm much more of a comic relief, like get the energy pumping than I am presenting like a serious or intimidating character. I can't do an intimidating character, unfortunately. Look
I'm
at me.
also I
No one's
also
gonna be
think
intimidated
that
by this.
I also think that like I said it already, you have time of experience over me. So I'm slightly learning on the fly. Like you and I sat for how many hours
Hmm.
of like I'm like I need to figure this out and you're like chill the frig out. Like it's fine. Like and it's
Yeah.
just like that the two DM styles, but also like me learning how to
I need
do
to plan all
DMing.
every step. No, don't.
Don't, it will be it will not go that way, which I recognize. I understand that that's how that's going to
Yeah.
go. But it's just
Yesterday.
my brain doesn't allow that, you know.
That's the other thing is I do so much of that with like I do read louds with my kids all the time, right? So I do stories and I do like Charlotte's Web or whatever book we're reading and I do the voices and I do the improv, but I'm like on the fly coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
Every D&D I've ever done with my kids, I've written myself the morning of. Um and I choose a story that I know by heart and then I kind of go based off of that so it's a little easier.
Hmm.
But for the most part, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I hardly ever know what I'm going to say or when or where or how I'm going to present the information. I have yet to figure out how to introduce a couple of things to you guys Saturday mornings, and I probably will never figure it out until the moment when I'm like, oh, this would be a great time. So, do you remember that one guy from like way back when?
See, I just don't know how you do that. My brain does not like I can do improv, I can do that part of it. but I just cannot, like, I have to have a generalized plan of like, okay, so they're gonna do this, and then like, because like for example, if I didn't have an idea
Mm-hmm.
of what they were gonna do after school, then what, like, how am I supposed to handle when they finish the school day? Oh, that's the end of the session. See you later. Like, that's not gonna work when it's only a short period of time.
So last night, great example, right? I had no idea that they were planning on meeting that afternoon. I had not planned on that. So when they said like they were meeting that afternoon, I was like, oh, okay. Um, okay. And then while they're talking, I'm planning in the background. I'm sort of my two tabs are going at the same time. Like I have my current talking tab, but
Mhm.
in the background, like I'm updating records. My little file keeper back there is really putting in the work to keep things organized. She is doing a damn good job. Um, but even right now, like you and I are talking about this, and I'm thinking like, oh, I could do this. Oh my god, I could do that. Oh, I could have Crockelmar do this, and like all these different things, they're
Right.
being filed away. And you'll say something on Saturday morning that will trigger that thought, and I'll go, okay, yep, this is where we're putting that. Like my notes, this is unimportant notes to anyone else. No one will ever know. These are the notes from 2 full sessions of D&D for me as a DM. Session 1, fallen over? Question mark. Mrs. Smith math, Mrs. Crenshaw ELA. They're reading Hatchet. Session 2, they met student name. They met student name. And then I wrote down Kirk's family truck because those are things that were important to me. Now that's that notebook. However, if I'm talking about me as a player,
I was gonna say, I'm gonna
me
show
as a
my
player
player
is
here.
anal.
My player notes is this. That's one,
Yeah.
2.5, and that's like a shorter session, I think, if I remember correctly.
This is
That's crazy. Yours is intense.
player notes from 2.5 sessions. Like it's multiple pages and pages. Like it is. Actually, this is from when we were in Kansas.
Mm,
So these aren't even like my full style notes. This is just like what I was taking.
yeah.
Um, but I do pages of notes of like let's see. So I've got initiative, Veryl, what she does. So like I set up my combat. Um I've got disadvantage on attack based on blah blah blah. I've got um a certain amount. I used to do a lot of more of like dictation of what they were saying. Chucklehead enters with child, exclamation mark. Child clings to Granny, takes damage from radiant light, dies. Summer Queen's hand appears, coddles child, question mark. Like, I do a lot of that, like, quick
Yeah.
scribe notes. Whereas as a DM, I'm like, oh, the story, the bright lights and colors. And then I just hope to God that someone took notes.
And like for my DM notes, what I've started doing is I give myself like the bullet points of what I would like them to do. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, last session that hasn't been posted yet, but that I've recorded already, like I wanted them to, not going to be a shock to anybody if I say this, I wanted them to do a school assembly. And like
Mm-hmm.
that was something that I had to work towards, and like that's how my brain functions. But then like I got to learn how to fill in the gaps a little bit is where I'm kind of at.
A lot of it is just filler talk. It's describing the scene. It's um you hear blah blah blah. Roll me a perception check and then make it an absurd DC. Hey, characters, players, if you're hearing this, no, you're not. Um,
No, you're not.
player, if you're hearing this, no, you're not. Um,
Was that at me?
yeah, that's at you because
Oh,
there are
well,
some
you
times
looked
where I
like
have
this,
you
so
roll
I wasn't
bullshit.
sure if you were looking at
Oh,
me or
because
what.
you're over here for me. So there are times that I have you make like BS rolls,
Yeah.
um, just for the sake of like taking up time where I'm like, okay, I know I need to do this, but they can't get here until this. So everybody roll me a perception check because there's nothing wrong with a little perception, you know.
Yeah.
Um, it's good to for them to observe their environment, and then if they do observe it, you can lead them astray by saying things like, "There's 5 deer heads on the walls of this room," which there were, And well, where are the deer heads? Because you want to make sure you don't hit them. So then
Yeah.
it took me 5 minutes to find out where they were. I need you to be so aware. I lied to the three of you. There were no locations in the book. They said scattered about the room on the northeast and west walls, except for this one that was on the door.
Yeah.
And like I go super overtly descriptive on things that don't matter. So they're like, oh, wow, that's important, blah, blah, blah. And they divert. Meanwhile, this bad thing that's happening comes out and attacks them. And they're like, well, son of a bitch. Like you
Right.
got bitch slapped by a mimic hanging on a deer.
No, it
It's a
tried to
crazy
bite me
time.
and it bit the rug that I was carrying.
You were carrying the rug, yeah. The
I
rug
was.
of throttling, I think.
Rug of
Or
suffocation or
smothering?
smothering. That's the right word.
Smothering or something. Yeah.
Um, I have got another thing.
Anyway, I mean, oh,
Nope, you're good. Finish
I'll
your
be
thought.
done now. It's your turn. No,
Nope,
it's your turn.
finish
No,
your
it's your
thought.
turn. Go.
Jasmine Corkins, finish your thought.
No, it's your turn. Justin Davis, finish yours.
No, I'm gonna move us off of this topic. So finish your thought because you're
That's
still on
fine.
it.
Move us off the
No,
topic.
finish your thought.
I was just gonna say, it did not start like this for me. Like starting DMing was not like this. I was awkward and uncomfortable. It did not feel right. I was like, God, this is the worst. My players are so bored. But the more you do it, the better it gets. You will get better at it. I'm not going to say you're perfect at it now because you're not.
No, not even
but
close.
You're not bad at it.
It's a skill, and
It's a learning curve.
I'm a former athlete and still athletic-ish. I coach, I understand skills, like, the idea of like you're not going to get good unless you practice, and you're not going to be good when you first try. Like,
yeah.
So I get that. What I was going to say is something pretty big happened in the Davis household recently. No, this is not anything like what you're thinking, because I know that's what you're thinking. Darcy and
I'm just confused.
Darcy and I upgraded our phones. We both got brand new phones.
Yes, we did.
Which is the first time in, I don't know how ever, I think, that we both at the same time even got brand new phones. Normally Darcy's very good at like getting like the cheaper and the ones that are a little older, that kind of thing.
Refurbished a lot, right?
Refurbished, yeah. And I generally am just
recycle phones.
Yeah, I generally just hold on to the same phone until it stops working. My old phone was a iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 came out in 2020, 2019. Was it farther back?
I'm looking it up. Keep talking.
But anyways, like it started to run down. I couldn't do half the things that my friends were doing on, the group chat. Like they were making
2019. Yeah.
2019. I was gonna say it was new when I first moved down here. So,
well, it was a year old, when you moved into grandma's.
Right.
Right?
Yes, yeah. I didn't get the brand new 12. I got one behind.
Yes, because Storm got the 12, you got the 11.
Right. But like I couldn't do half the stuff you guys were doing because I didn't have an upgraded like iOS or anything like that.
You update your system.
I did. It would update, and then the newest update wouldn't, like, there was not enough space for me to have all the stuff that I had on my phone plus that new thing that they needed to be updated to. And that was with me deleting apps, that was with me deleting pictures and old text messages, all that crap. So it was just really funny to kind of go from that to this phone where I'm like, one, it's a brand new phone, so I'm like delicately holding it, very like, okay, gotta make sure.
Where's your case?
I don't have one yet. It's coming Friday. Yeah, I know. Welcome to my life. Also, matte black, kind of crazy. Like that is dark.
That's sick as hell, actually.
I didn't choose this one. This was just what he came out with. I asked if there was a green one because I saw there was a green one in the options online, and he's like, I can go look, and he came out with this, and he's like, where's no green one? And I'm like, okay.
You got a 14 now, right?
No, I have a 16.
16. Why do I keep thinking you got a 14?
I don't know. He was gonna give me a 17, but it was a little more expensive, and we already upgraded with Darcy's phone and my phone added, plus she was added to my account, so there was another boost, and it was a whole lot of stuff. But so I was like, I'll just cut some costs there.
So
I don't mind one behind.
I will tell you, we got mine. So I have the 17 because I just chose to get the newer one. Connor has a Samsung something or other. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's a Samsung of some sort. Um, but with his new phone and my new phone, it jumped our total amount. We're paying like $240 a month right now for two
Holy
phones.
cow!
Because we have like all the unlimited data and whatever, but we both have phone protection in case something happens because Slippery Hands McGee over there keeps dropping his shit.
That's wild. I don't.
Yeah.
Do you pay for hotspot?
No.
You might want to.
It is the most asinine. No, it's I've already. No, you and I can talk later. I will rage quit this podcast if I have to talk about US Cellular right now.
Well, it's not going to be U.S. Cellular after May 1st.
Yeah, it's T-Mobile, isn't it?
I want to call it AT&T, but yeah, I think it's T-Mobile.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, T-Mobile bought US Cellular. No.
Also, now I've got
Which
many
is
buttons on the side of my phone. You can't really see it because it's black, but there's a
yeah.
button here that
You
turns it
have,
on. Then you have this button
yep.
here that's like the camera, and it's like a flush button.
Opens the camera.
Yep,
Yep.
opens the camera. Then you have this
Yep. And
button,
then you have
which
the
used to
volume.
be like the switch for sound.
Yep. It turns
Now it's
your
now it's a sound, like you can choose what it does actually, but I just kept it to sound.
mine. I have ringer.
Mm. And then you have the volume up and volume down buttons. That's a
Yep.
lot of buttons on the side of a phone. The one that bugs me the
I
most is that camera one, where I have like
really.
I tap it too much. It's just where I used to grab all the time.
Oh, see, I hold my phone like this a lot, so my finger is constantly on it. But
You're also
you
left-handed,
get used to it. No, but when I'm in bed, I'm not. Well, I hold it like this.
right? When
Dude,
I'm
my pinkies are like
Nana, look, it's
screwed
you.
from how I hold
Oh
my
well, not
phone.
anymore. Now it's Grampy.
Damn. I forget you have the revolt.
What was that?
That was my husband.
We heard that one. But yeah,
Um,
so we did adult
yeah.
things. Bought new phones, really cool. Not
Mhm.
something we do often. Spending moolah.
Fun adult thing in the Sherrard household. I got a visit from the local fire department, Justin.
Oh,
I never got to tell you that. I didn't want to tell you the entire story until we were on the podcast because I thought it'd be good for the podcast. So
you guys will all see this, by the way. You'll see her leaving.
you will see this. So in the middle, I missed Justin's first recording because I was driving home and I was like, I don't want to be recorded while I'm like in Discord driving. Like I want to be present. I want to be, whatever, right? And legally in the video. So I missed the first one, which sucks because I really wanted to see your first recording. So second one, I was like, I've got my popcorn, I've got my beverages, I've got my seat. It's my new chair, which by the way, new chair, very comfortable. I'm liking it a lot now. Um, I'm all set up. I'm like in it. We're recording. I'm taking little notey notes, and then my fucking fire alarm goes off. I want you to be so aware. It took Connor 30 seconds to process that it was even happening. So I'm sitting here, like the second it went off, I was like, there's the fire alarm. But I did wait because you were in the middle of talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you to be like, there's a fire alarm. I'm so sorry. So I did wait a second to be like, excuse me, I'll be right back. My fire alarm's going
I
off.
just gotta go deal with something real quick.
I just could log out. So it was just logged in. I don't know. I muted myself, I hope.
Yeah, you
So
muted
you guys
yourself.
couldn't hear it. So it's going off in the hallway, and then we have one in here, which you can't see, but we have one in here. Across the hall is our room, so we have one in our bedroom, and then one in the spare guest room,
Mm-hmm.
and then one in the hallway. So they're all within 4 feet of each other, which feels odd to me
You have to
because
have one in every room.
heaven forbid the fire is in the kitchen. We'll never know until it reaches down this hallway. And then we have one in the downs, like in the inner hallway,
Yeah.
which by the way, that hall with a fire alarm going off
I bet that's loud.
is that's loud. And it's the stereotypical like the beep 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 fire beep beep, except then it went fire, and she was like yelling at us. So we go, I was like, do we go outside, because Connor tried to reset it 3 times and it wouldn't reset, so that it set off the carbon monoxide alarm. It was a whole thing. So I go outside, Connor's like, go wait in the car, I'm gonna deal with this. And I was like, okay. I need everyone here to be aware, and I'm fully okay sharing this now. I just pulled on a pair of pants that morning. Um, was not wearing underwear because I just needed to pull them on in that moment. I had just showered. Also, no bra. So I'm just rocking just bare clothes in my essentially pajamas. However, grabbed the wrong pair of sweatpants, which are now too big for me. So I have had to hoist them up the entire time this is happening because they keep falling down.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just thought I'd share that piece of information that I almost flashed the poor firefighters. So we get downstairs. Domino's is not reacting. Theirs is also going off. They're just making pizzas.
We got orders to
Back door.
fill. Let's go.
So they're just. So Connor goes into the store and he's like, "Hey guys, I can't help but notice your fire alarm is also going off." And they're like, "Yeah, it just started doing that a few minutes ago." He goes, "Crazy, right?"
Why?
So ours is also going off. Now what? And so he comes out. They all are like, oh, I guess we evacuate. So they leave and come outside. However, I don't know if I mentioned this to you or not. I did to Rachel when I called her. Um, like 4 hours earlier when I was making my ham, somebody came to the front door from Domino's to ask us if it was smoky up here because it was real smoky downstairs. Now, to me, that says call the fire department as a restaurant and be like, hey, man, it's real smoky in here and we can't figure it out. Could you just come do a well check on? Like, no, we decided it's pizza time.
It's always pizza time at Domino's.
So Connor was like, no, it's not smoky. And I was like, well, I mean, it's a little smoky, but I cooked ham, so it could probably be that. So anyway, long story short, they go downstairs. So Connor comes back over and I was like, what did they say? And he goes, oh, they're going to try turning it off and see. So we go back upstairs. Connor turns it off and I was like, okay, all right, we're good. I start walking down the hallway and then fire. And I was like, son of a bitch. But it doesn't sound like it's coming from any of these. So I walk to the hallway. I open the door. Cacophony.
Mm-hmm.
That fire alarm in that hallway, Justin, was 15 years old. They're supposed to last max of 7
Yeah,
before you are legally required to change them.
We were 12 and 13 when they did that.
Hey, so can you not do that?
You like that quick math?
That was quick. Don't ever do that again.
That was super quick.
You said not erroneous. That's the wrong word.
I didn't say that. That's for sure.
Earlier. You didn't say that. You said egregious earlier. You're doing quick math. Who are you? What are you gonna start saying some science facts at me?
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
The same one that I just thought. I was like, who says it first? So anyway, I go to check that and I was like, hey babe, it's this one. This is the one going.
Take that one down. Take it down. Kill that.
It's real loud.
Physically assault that fire alarm.
It's like, babe, it's this one. I'm like walking away and I'm trying to get out of his way. He's like stomping through the house and blah, blah, blah. So he goes to shut it off. No reset button. Why would there be? Because it's not the main one. So he goes to reset the main one. It chirps off. Fire. And now it's like beep, 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 beep. Like going off more frequently, which does not signal good things. It's not smelling smoky. But I was like, do you want me to stay up here? Do you want me to go downstairs? He was like, I want you to go wait in the car away from the building in case something is going on. Like, which I was like, oh my God, keeping me safe. That's so adorable. He goes to talk to the Domino's workers again. At this point, I've now called Rachel. He goes to talk to them. They've all gone back inside, by the way, to continue making their pizzas.
They have pizzas to make,
like,
orders to fill.
Their alarm has not stopped going off. They're just all ignoring it, which is crazy to me because how in God's name are you ignoring that? He talks to the manager guy and he's like, all right, so listen, you unplug yours. I'm going to go try and shut ours off. then plug yours back in and see what works. The guy's like, heard. So he unplugs it and plugs it back in while Connor's walking up the stairs. Didn't wait for us to shut ours off. Not really sure how long he thought it was going to take. I think he thought Connor was going to sprint upstairs, if I'm being honest. So anyway, he gets up the stairs. He turns it off. It doesn't come off. He comes downstairs. He talks to the guy. And he's like, I think we call the fire department. Fire department, by the way, this is a 15-minute long procedure, has yet to have been called. One, hey, is this not supposed to directly connect to them? Are they not supposed to get like a little warning that a house's alarm is going off? Like that's
I think
like if
ours
we
did.
weren't home and there was a fire. Yes, yeah. So in Farmington, when it did the fire, same system and everything.
Uh,
Um, the fire department showed up 5 minutes later because they get an alarm that says like, a smoke detector is going off. This one doesn't, and we're above a restaurant, so that bothered me. Um, Rachel is texting with me. I think you were seeing in the chat where she was like, worst response time ever. And I was like, well, technically, it was a really good response time because Domino's just called them. What shows up first, Justin, is a fire EMS truck, like a 2-seater ambulance.
yeah, first responder type situation.
Yes, they are not dressed. They are sipping Dunkin'. They get out of said vehicle in their Birkenstock slides. Thank you, Connor, for your input. And they get dressed lazily in the parking lot. And I'm like, I guess, yeah, technically the building's not like actively on fire, but a little hustle would be good, boys.
I have a
And then the
D&D
second one
session I
arrives.
need to watch.
Well, right. And then the second one arrives, and these two that first started are like, I don't know, 8 years old maybe. Um, they were young. The second one arrives, and it's like the actual ones. And immediately, after the first two go in, they make a radio call. The second one arrives, and they start turning the fire hydrant on, which I've never seen happen. So that was concerning. They attach the hose to it. Again, concerning. And I was like, hey, Connor, you were a volunteer firefighter. Is that a good sign that they're doing that? And he was like, well, they want to be ready in case there's a fire. And I was like, right. I've had the fire alarm go off. I'm understanding how that works. Never once have they deployed the hose. Ever. I've never seen. They're like whipping it out in the parking lot. That sounds horrible. They're whipping the hose out in the park. That's not better. They're taking the hose off of the truck and they're like unveiling it, whatever.
That's a big hose.
Well, yeah. And anyway, he goes and he talks to them and they're all laughing, ha ha ha. And I'm like, can I go upstairs now? So the guy comes over and he's like, you're good to go upstairs. Like, it seems fine. Um, they have not checked upstairs. And I was like, okay. So I go up and to me, it smells like gas. So I alert the media and I'm like, ring, ring, ring. It smells like gas. I go downstairs. I tell the guy, I was like, hey, hey, friend. So we just went upstairs and I'm probably paranoid, but it smells an itty bitty bit like gas. And he goes, what? And so they run up the stairs with their monitor. I'm on the phone with Rachel, who's like, Jasmine, I think it's fine. I was like, I didn't mean for that. I was kind of hoping they would just like leisurely walk up and check. They checked every room. They talked to Connor, who was like, she's fine. She's just paranoid. Well, that's rude. They come back down and the guy's mansplaining to me how this works. And he goes, so what we did was we took this sensor, okay? Let me just show you. And on here, I don't know if you see there's buttons on the front. I can see the buttons, sir. Keep going. I don't know what these do. So he goes, the buttons on the front. So basically what we do is we go check and make sure there's no like gas leaks or there's no carbon monoxide. And that's gas that's harmful. Okay. And he goes, so your husband or partner or friend? I don't like to assume. I was like, husband's, yes, he's my husband. And he goes, great. So he said he didn't smell gas. I didn't smell any. My partner didn't smell any. I think it's okay for you to go back upstairs. And just the way he said it was like, okay. If I die, I'm calling your mom. Anyway. Sucked. Totally sucked. I came back upstairs. I thought you guys were going to be done. You weren't, which I was like, oh, thank the Lord. So I came in and I joined back in. Jeff texted me halfway through. It was like, are you alive? And I was like, I'm good. Our department is here. Anyway, never figured out what happened, but they did tell me that two of my fire smoke detectors were so far out of date, and they just removed them for me. So Brian and Jen, my old landlords, told me that they had replaced one of them. They didn't. We told Peter. He replaced them in less than a day. Like we said, "Hey Peter, they need to be replaced," and he was like, "Got it," and he replaced them with brand new ones. You know what's crazy? Haven't gone off.
Isn't that
Not even a
interesting?
chirp. Isn't that fun? I
Hmm.
don't even think they're blinking anymore.
Well, moral of the
No.
story: check your fire alarms. With that being said, Jasmine, where can they find you?
Oh my God, is it already that time?
Yeah.
Well, before we
Oh,
go,
it's
everyone
already
say
that
happy
time there,
birthday to
bub.
my niece. Say happy birthday to my niece, but also my great grandmother. She turned 103 today. Betty's 103, Justin. This woman is
That's
never going to die.
insane.
Um, that's insane. I'm gonna show you her picture later because it's crazy. So anyway, they can find me over at asminstah on all the socials. Good luck spelling it. I can't. Find the show at No Impulse Control on again all the socials. Be on the lookout for a new video on TikTok that Justin isn't allowed to know about yet. And go buy merch, thesoccerking1239.com. Third tab over, drop it down, fourth wall, click on the link, buy some merch. Also make suggestions of what kind of merch you want to see, and we'll probably not make it, but it's
We
good to know
might.
what kind of things you guys want to see in the future. We might if it's real dope. Um, yeah, that's where you can find me.
You can find me at
Now
TSK1239
it's your
or the
turn.
Soccer King 1239. Good luck, happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Bye.